It's okay, I'm here to help.
Black waiter helps rich girl in trouble. She comes back with an offer that stuns him. He was just a black waiter working the late shift, unnoticed and unappreciated. She was a drunk, beautiful girl stumbling out of a club watched by the wrong kind of men. When he stepped in to help her, he didn't know her name, her world, or the fact that her father owned half the city. But when she came back days later, sober, serious, and holding out an offer, his entire life was turned upside down. This isn't just a story of kindness, it's about how one moment of integrity changed a man's fate forever. Before we dive in, please support us by subscribe, like and share for more with activating the notification bell. Thank you. Jamel Thompson had learned to live in the shadows. At the elegant downtown restaurant La Chain, he wore a crisp white shirt and black vest, delivering caviar to tables he could never afford to sit at. Most nights were uneventful, businessmen and trust fund babies, keeping his head down and his smile up. But that night was different. It was nearly 1 a.m., and Jamal had just clocked out when he saw her outside. A girl in a red dress, heels wobbling, makeup smudged from either tears or too much fun. She leaned against a streetlight, her purse on the ground, clearly disoriented. What Jamal didn't notice at first were the 3 men across the street leaning on a black SUV, watching her like predators sizing up prey. Something inside Jamal shifted. He approached her slowly. "Miss, you okay?" he asked gently. She looked up, confused. You work here?" "Yes." He nodded. "Do you need help getting home?" "No, I don't. I don't know," she slurred. Suddenly, one of the men began walking toward them. "Hey man," he said with a smirk. "She's fine, we're her friends." Jamal could see it in her eyes, fear. Her lips barely moved, but her hand clutched his wrist tightly. "Back off," Jamal said, squaring his shoulders. "You a waiter or a bodyguard?" The thug mocked. "I'm the guy who's calling the police if you don't step back." They paused, unsure. Jamal pulled out his phone and dialed 911 loud enough for everyone to hear. The men exchanged glances, cursed under their breath, and returned to their SUV. Jamal looked back at her. "Let's get you a cab." She nodded, barely holding back tears. He didn't ask her name. He didn't ask where she came from. He just waited with her until a cab arrived, helped her in, and gave the driver money from his own wallet. "Thank you," she whispered. Then she was gone. 3 days passed. Jamal went back to clearing wine glasses and wiping down tables. He didn't think he'd see her again, but she came back. It was lunch hour. The place was bustling when a woman in a tailored blazer and designer sunglasses walked in. She looked like a model off a billboard. It took a moment, but Jamal recognized her. She removed her sunglasses. "You remember me?" His eyes widened. "You're the girl from the other night." "My name's Ava Whitmore," she said, offering a hand. "I owe you my life." "I just helped," he said modestly. "Anyone would have done the same." "No," she replied. "Most people would have walked away. You didn't." She pulled out a business card. "I want to talk to you after your shift." Jamal blinked. "Talk to me about what?" "An opportunity," she smiled. "One that could change your life." The entire staff stared as she left, her heels clicking like punctuation marks on the polished floor. After work, Jamal met her at a quiet rooftop cafe. "I've been thinking a lot," Ava said. "My family owns several hospitality ventures, hotels, restaurants, lounges. We're launching a new social impact initiative, and I want you to be part of it." "Me," he said, nearly laughing. "I'm just a waiter." "You're not just anything," she said. "You're someone who acted with integrity when no one was watching. That's rare." She leaned in. "How would you like to manage your own restaurant? Fully funded, full training, equity." Jamal was stunned silent. Ava smiled. "You saved me. Now let me change your life." Jamal didn't sleep that night. The offer felt unreal, too good to be true. He'd grown up in Eastbrook dodging gangs, skipping meals, and watching his mother cry over unpaid bills. He knew struggle, he didn't know success, but Ava was serious. Within a week, he was flown to San Francisco to begin an intensive mentorship program funded by Ava's family foundation. He learned budgeting, team management, brand development, and culinary partnerships. Ava checked in regularly. Not in a corporate way, but like a true friend. She took time to understand his dreams. "I've always wanted to open a place in my neighborhood," he confessed one night. "Good food, safe space, live jazz on weekends." She grinned. "Then let's build that." Meanwhile, Jamal's story began to spread. A local journalist wrote about the waiter who protected the heiress. Social media lit up. People praised his courage, but Jamal remained humble. "Anyone should help someone in trouble," he said in interviews. "I just happened to be there." 4 months later, the grand opening of Thompson's Table was a citywide event. Red carpet, cameras, the mayor came, so did Ava, beaming, proud, and teary-eyed. The restaurant was modern but warm, serving soul food with a fine dining twist. Every detail reflected Jamal's values: dignity, community, and love. And on the first night, a homeless man came in, nervous. Jamal personally walked over. "You hungry, brother?" The man nodded. Jamal led him to a booth. "First meal's on me. And if you need a job, come talk to me after." Just like that, he passed the kindness forward. One evening, after closing, Jamal sat with Ava at the corner booth. "I never asked," he said. "Why'd you come back that day? Most rich people would have just moved on." Ava stared out the window for a moment. "Because I used to be like them, blind, dismissive, until someone helped me once and I never got to thank them." She sighed. "When you helped me, I saw a second chance to do what I should have done years ago." She hesitated. "The truth is, I was supposed to go to rehab that night, but I was spiraling. That's why I was drunk in that alley." Jamal's eyes softened. "I've been clean since that night," she said. "You gave me more than safety, you gave me a reason to change." They sat in silence for a while. Then Ava smiled. "Crazy how fate works, huh? Maybe fate just needed a waiter." Jamal chuckled. "No," she replied. "Fate needed a hero." That night he realized something deeper. This wasn't just about a restaurant, it was about redemption. For both of them. 2 years later, Thompson's Table had expanded to 3 locations. Each one was run by someone from an underserved background, mentored and trained by Jamal. Ava became his business partner officially, but their friendship remained the soul of it all. They launched a foundation together, offering scholarships, culinary training, and small business grants to young people from tough neighborhoods. Jamal was invited to speak at conferences, featured in magazines, even offered a book deal, but he never forgot where it started. Every year, on the anniversary of that night, Jamal would visit that same street lamp, just to stand there, just to remember. He once said to Ava during an interview, "People think the moment that changed my life was getting that restaurant deal. But no, it was when I chose to help a stranger instead of walking away. That's the real turning point." But, interviewer asked, "And do you believe in karma?" Jamal smiled. "I believe in doing the right thing, even when no one's watching, because the universe is watching." And somewhere, in a world often too cynical to notice, a waiter and a troubled heiress rewrote what it meant to be rich in heart, in purpose, and in legacy.